This right here is the all-new PGYTECH OnePro Focux, or Focus, 25-liter camera backpack. In this video, I'll tell you what I didn't like about the bag, what I do like about the bag, and I also do a pack out showing you how much gear I can kind of cram into it. And hopefully by the end of this video, it will help you decide whether this backpack is going to be right for you or not. Full disclosure, I purchased this backpack by myself, so no, PGYTECH does not get a say in this, but everything's been based on my own honest thoughts and opinions, as with pretty much every single one of my videos. And what drew me to buy this backpack in the first place is the first main reason is it has this air mesh back panel. And if you've seen a lot of my videos, I really love the one that they have on the Osprey Tropos or the Osprey Parsec, and this one mimics it. And it's so far so good. It's pretty amazing. The other thing I like about it is just, you know, it's a camera backpack, so it holds a lot of gear. It's quite versatile, and you got quick access. It's lightweight, but you'll find out more about all the other details later on in this video. If you are new to my channel, I'm Desy Cheng, and I primarily focus on bags and gear related to travel, EDC, everyday carry, as well as photography. First, let's talk about the basics. On screen, you'll see all of the specs, so feel free to pause or take a screenshot. So next up, let's talk about what I didn't like about the bag. First thing is that, you know, when they first marketed it on Kickstarter, they said it was a 25-liter backpack, and no, this thing is massive. It is big. This is probably closer to a 30 to 35-liter backpack. So if you are kind of like, you know, wondering which size you should get, to be honest, I think the 25-liter is completely fine for your everyday needs. If you're a wedding photographer or just someone who uses to carry a standard kit around with like 2 bodies and like 4 lenses and a laptop, this backpack is totally a-okay for that. The next thing I didn't like about it was just this placement of the grab handle. It kind of always falls downwards all the time, and I wish there was just something that just readily that I could just grab up here, but every single time I want to grab the bag, I always just kind of have to kind of go down and grab it right here. So I feel like this could have been sewn maybe like up here or something like that. That would have been great, just to kind of, and a wider grab handle. It's just big bag, so I feel like a wider grab handle would have been nice. The next thing I didn't like about this bag is just this kind of top quick access zipper. So actually I like how it's nice and wide, and you can kind of access your main compartment here. However, I just wish that the zipper kind of went a little bit further down on either side, so I can kind of fold it open, the flap, and really, you know, grab it. I mean, this is big enough, but it's kind of awkward. It's kind of like an awkward opening like this, and I gotta really stretch it out. So it's, you know, that's you know, one thing. It's not a huge deal because at least this is a large zipper, but it's just one thing I just wanted to note. So the next thing I didn't like is when you are accessing the main compartment of the backpack, this back zip area, you got these kind of, you know, these extra compression straps, which I feel like are kind of useless. I mean, I've never had to use them on any other backpack, but I mean, it's nice that they just kind of like made it like a quick magnetic snap buckle that is just really easy to clip on and off, and it's a safety thing. I mean, if you're worried about theft, but to be honest, I just feel like this is overkill, and it just kind of gets in the way. Now, whenever I undo my backpack, I always have to kind of do one extra thing, actually 2 extra things, because there's one on each side, to unzip that main compartment to open up my backpack. The next thing I don't like about this backpack is that this waist hip belt is not removable. So if I wanted to use this as a, you know, just shooting around the city or something like that, and I want to be a little bit more, you know, discreet, I don't want this big, huge thing, and I don't need this hip belt. I mean, this is great for hiking. It's awesome. It's amazing, which I'll kind of get into a little bit later on, but I just wish it was removable. The next thing I disliked was that, I mean, this adjustment for the stern, for the shoulder strap is cool because you can change the height of it very easily. However, the max height of it is like this. I feel like if you are gonna be, like, I'm not a tall guy, I'm 5'8", kind of like medium-ish to shorter in the height range. But if you're like a, you know, 6'5" person like that, you'd want this even longer. The problem is this thing can only go shorter. It can't go any longer. So I feel like they could have, you know, expanded this a little bit longer and then made it so that if you are a shorter person, you can kind of make it down. But even for me at 5'8", I definitely don't need to go down any one of these notches because this at the top highest setting fits me well. The next thing I didn't like is just not a huge deal, but when I do access my camera from this quick access and I'm having it up, this kind of dangly strap kind of always just kind of dangles in, and when I zip it up, it just kind of gets in the way, so I always have to kind of move it. I know they have this kind of keeper strap, but sometimes it's not always, you know, there, because sometimes I need to have it out or like that, so this dangly strap just kind of sometimes gets in the way. Now the backpack does come with a little tripod foot pocket, which it's got attachment points you can loop on either here or down here in case like you had a really long tripod. You can kind of put it there. I wish that they actually had one on the side, but there's no real spot. I mean, you could mount it on this compression strap right here, but it doesn't kind of go far enough down. I mean, it would have been nice if you had like one that you can kind of mount even further down if you had a really long tripod or anything like that. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, you could just kind of hang it here, but it would have been nice if they had another kind of attachment point a little bit lower down on the back. One other thing I didn't like is just this kind of waist belt hip. It's if you can hear it, it's kind of jingly and jangly. Feels a little bit on the cheaper side, so I wish it was it didn't, you know, shake around. Another thing I didn't like about this bag is it has no quick access stash pockets other than this kind of like one pocket on the side right here. But I would have liked maybe a zippered pocket right here. A very simple stash pocket. So if I needed to access some wet wipes or some granola bars or anything like that, that would have been nice to have. Another thing I feel like can be improved are these kind of cinch straps right here. So like, you know, they kind of work if you have nothing in it, and sure, you can tighten it and loosen it, no problem. The problem is when you do put something in there like a tripod or anything like that, or something that just kind of expands it out, it's very difficult for you to kind of cinch that strap up. And you got to use kind of almost two fingers to kind of really pull it tight to really cinch it up. So they need to improve this kind of buckle mechanism right now to make it really easy, just so it's a one-handed simple pull down if you had something like a tripod in there. So now let's get into what I do love about this backpack. The first thing, and you know, the main thing about why I was attracted to this, it was this kind of this air mesh back panel. If you see my other videos about the Osprey Tropos and the Osprey Parsec, this thing is friggin' amazing because your back doesn't actually touch the back of the bag, so there's tons of airflow going through. Your back doesn't get nearly as sweaty. So that's the first thing or main thing what I love about this backpack. The other thing is just the straps. The straps are very comfortable, and same thing with the hip strap as well. Just very cushy, breathable, lots of cushion, just very comfortable overall. But looking at the shoulder straps themselves, they do have load lifters, which is nice to kind of bring that backpack weight of the backpack kind of closer towards your body. It does have some kind of horizontal stripping, which is great because that's going to be great if you're going to be hanging a pouch or your sunglasses or anything like that. That would be great. They also have these two kind of anchor hook kind of loops right here, and this is going to be great because if you wanted to, actually let me kind of show off over here. It does come with this shoulder or sort of little sling bag, and so if you wanted to hang this off of these two loops, you totally can. The great thing about it, it's got a pouch. It's a very basic pouch, but it is padded, so you can actually hold like maybe a camera body or 1, 2, 3 lenses or some different accessories. We'll get back to this bag a little bit later on in the video. It also has a large, stretchy water bottle pocket, or you can put your cell phone in here or whatever else you want. It also has 2 vertical strips, and this is gonna be great if you had one of those capture clips. You can just kind of clip it right in here or right here. The sternum strap is really easy to adjust, and it does have a built-in whistle, which is great, and you do see that in an Osprey or a North Face backpack. So the hip belt is really easy to adjust, to tighten or loosen up, which is great. But this little buckle right here, it is loose, so I did wish that this was a little bit tighter. Also on this one side, you do have this one massive stretchy large pocket, and this is gonna be great if you just had some random things in there, maybe a granola bar or anything like that. You do have some adjustment straps right here to really bring in that strap, and you also have some vertical mounting points. Again, if you had some pouches or anything like that you wanted to hook onto your waist belt, you can do it right there. So moving on to this one side, which is the kind of the left side of the body. I like how it has a quick access compartment, and this is massive. This is so if you had a gripped body or a larger camera body, you can totally access your camera here, and I really like how it's big and it's not small. And then over on this one side, it's got a small little pouch for batteries. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 sleeves, and it does have this indicator. Green means it's full, or red means it's an empty battery. You also have 2 small tiny little stretch pockets right here. The water bottle pocket is nice and large and can fit up to a 32-ounce water bottle, which is great. It's got this nice little stretchy elastic, and also comes with this an extra stretchy cord for you to tie down other things as well. Moving on to the other side of the bag, same thing. You can fit up to a 32-ounce water bottle in here. It's got some compression straps and also another kind of elastic cord right here. And unfortunately, it is not a quick access on this one side. Instead of it is just an accessory compartment. So you got one large stretchy pocket right here, one kind of larger one at the bottom, and kind of 2 smaller ones at the top. So looking at the bottom of the bag, I really like it because it's made out of a much more durable material, so that if you're gonna be setting your backpack on the ground, on rocks or anything like that, or dodgy terrain, this is gonna be quite durable. And the thing I like about it is that it's a flat bottom, meaning the bag can stand up on its own, and I really love bags that can do that. Now let's look at the front of the bag. There's 2 little webbing straps right here, more accessory places where you can hang things. There's a loop here, here. So multiple different attachment points in the front, but that's essentially it for this kind of front part. So let's move on over to the top side of the bag. And this is kind of where it kind of gets interesting and cool. So first thing is you have these kind of buckles right here, which you can kind of open up, and really easy. And you got this kind of top flap right here. This was actually kind of a bonus. I didn't even know it was going to come with this, but it's kind of cool because this is a sling bag, and you just have to unhook it right here and right here. And the sling bag is actually kind of cool. This sling bag is actually around the same size as the Bellroy Venture Sling 6 liter. So it's around, I would say around that, yeah, 4 to 6 liter range. It does come with a shoulder strap, so you can, use this as a regular sling bag. It's padded all around the entire bag, and it's got these 2 kind of pockets right here that are also padded. So if you had a small camera or 2 lenses, or maybe 3 lenses, you can kind of put it in here, and you can kind of attach this to that top of the bag, where it just was, or the front of the bag where the shoulder straps were. So when you do open up this kind of top flap, there's actually 2 sections, which is kind of cool. So you have this kind of main large stash section, and this is expandable. If you really loosen up these straps right here, you can put even a bike helmet or something big like that in here. It's just kind of one big open space. That right now I just have this is the that tripod foot pouch right there. This is a rain sleeve that it comes with, and there's one other thing, which is just some more kind of accessory straps for you to tie down externally, things like if you wanted to tie down like a sleeping bag or something like that. But yeah, you guys kind of have this massive, large pocket right here that is padded at the front as well as the back, which is nice. As well as there is a small little zipper pocket right here. And then in here in this pocket, this is kind of where your gimbal is supposed to go. So it's padded, the front as well as the back. They have 2 stretchy pockets right here, and it just has one kind of elastic little webbing right there for you to really cinch down and hold your gimbal into place. But overall, like there's so much you can do. You know, you can have your camera gear, your lenses, your gimbal right here. You can have more things right here. You can have a tripod here and a water bottle here, or even a water bottle on the front. There's just so much that you can do right here. And then also at the top, there is just that one large zipper, which accesses that main compartment. And if you did have a camera in here, you could totally access it right here. But again, I didn't like it because you got to stretch it out. And as you can tell, you kind of create a little bit of space between your padded dividers and the back of the bag. So smaller items might fall out, which is a little bit unfortunate. So now let's open up that main compartment. On this one side, you have a magnetic clasp, which reveals a padded laptop sleeve as well as a tablet sleeve, or you can have two laptops in there, but I really like this. Now moving on to the opposite side, you do have, you know, tons of space to hold pouches or your camera, two camera bodies and multiple lenses. There's just tons of space in this main camera compartment. So now I'm going to show you what I have packed out in the camera compartment right here. Now I did have to take out 3 of their extra dividers, and there's 4 of these kind of elastic little straps here. I didn't really use them, so I kind of set them off to the side. But right now I'll kind of show you what I have in this bag. So right here at the top, I have a Sony a7 IV with the tripod foot attached, and this is a 70-200 f2.8 version 2, and that fits nicely in here with the lens hood. Right here I have a 24-70 f2.8 Sigma lens with the lens hood that fits in there nicely. I have a Godox speedlight flash which sits in there. This is a battery grip. And the battery grip, I don't have it on right now, but I mean, if I did put it in there, yes, the battery grip would fit onto the camera and it would just be flush with just this top side. So yes, you can put a gripped body in there. What else in there? So right now I have my Sony a7R 5 with a 16-35 f2.8 lens attached in here. And then I also have a 50mm 1.4 with the lens hood attached. I have a 35mm f1.4, and I also have the new 85mm 1.4 with the lens hood attached in here. So let's wrap this video up. You're wondering if you should buy this bag or not. I honestly think it is PGYTECH did a great job. It's a home run. I think this is, instead of, advertising this as an outdoor backpack, I feel like this is just a great camera backpack, period. The only thing was, I wish that they made a slightly smaller size, because this is stated as 25 liters, but no way this is 25 liters. This is more like closer to like a 30-ish to 35 liter backpack, because it can hold a lot of stuff. And I just wish that, maybe that waist belt could be removed, because, when I'm not using it on an outdoor basis, on a more of an everyday basis, I don't really need that waist belt, hip belt, whatever. But yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and definitely don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desy31.